everyone, so this is another weekend reading vlog for me. So I started off with this book, and the next clip that you're going to see is me talking about that book and how I feel about it so far, and we'll go from there. I might be able to get another book in to this weekend reading vlog because I am 20% in the next clip, so we will see what happens. But I don't really read too fast, but we will see what happens because I might be able to fit in like 2 books, but we will see. So yeah, I will update you with this next clip that I am going to show you. So see you later. Hi everyone. So update with the book I'm currently reading. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But I don't know, so far I'm liking it. I like the heroine because it's clear like her last marriage was really bad, you know, like there is a trigger warning for talk of like domestic violence. In her previous marriage, he didn't like treat her very well, so she's kind of like having like remembering her ex, and so she does not like she does not like Spider because right now Spider is engaged to her niece Liliana. Now Liliana's like 18, I think, and he's probably, I would say he could be in his like 30s or so, maybe 40s. And this is the one thing I'm not a fan of when it comes to mafia romances, is that it usually is like age gap, which is fine, but I'm just not always a fan of it. It gets overdone with, like, you know, an older guy marrying a younger woman. I just don't really care for it. And then you have like, it's kind of like, you know, you do what I say woman, and I'm like, I could never be in a arranged marriage or something like that. Oh man, that person would just, I would fit strychnine in the guacamole. I mean, I would be like Milton. If anybody knows what that reference is from Office Space, where he's like, I'm gonna put strychnine in the guacamole. So yeah, for me, it's like, I would not handle having a type of relationship like that. And then also like the relationship being where it's like, you know, you're gonna do what I say, and I'm like, not gonna happen. So for me, I just don't like mafia type romances a lot. It has to be like particular ones that I dig. And so this one here, clearly her ex-husband was a major piece of shit. She did say he had a small peen too. And that seems like the typical thing that women usually say, like to like talk badly about like their ex, you know. I'll say with my ex, he was above average, but he didn't know what the fuck to do with it. So I'll just say that. He didn't know what to do with it. So, so yeah, for me, I'm kind of like, I'm not that too much in. I think I'm about 20% in, I think. And I like the banter between the characters because Spider clearly is attracted to the aunt, you know, Liliana's aunt. What's her name again? Raina. He's attracted to Raina. I don't know why he'd even think of marrying Liliana. You know, he's like, his thinking is stupid. Like, he doesn't want to have feelings for the woman, you know, like the woman he's married to. And I'm like, why the fuck not? Just because it's like, just because you've been hurt by the last woman that, you know, you had feelings for, which I admit she got together with some stupid dude. I did not like the last book. I just was like, that guy was just like fucking cardboard. He was like timber. There was nothing there, you know. The man was just like, if he wasn't angry, he was silent. And it's like, so no, I did not like the last hero and the last book. So this one here, I definitely say I'm probably more of a fan of. I like more of the the banter between the characters. And so I'm reading that right now, and I'm enjoying it. Hopefully I give it about 4 or 5 stars. It all depends on what happens. So but I'm glad that I am enjoying the book, since I really was not enjoying my last 4 books I read. So today is the day I'm gonna start looking for dresses for my daughters. I have to look for these blue dresses that kind of look like flower girl dresses, things like that. My boyfriend's niece, she's getting married next month, and so they, you know, she just basically said, like, because my daughters are going to be flower girls, so she just basically said, like, try to find like dresses that are like bluish, you know, in color. They don't have to be matching, but it'd be nice if they were, you know. But I gotta see what I can find, because I have plenty of stores around me, but I mean, if you go and say flower girl dress, it's gonna be expensive, and I don't want to pay a lot of money for a dress they're gonna only wear once. So so I have to look around. I have a Marshalls by me, I have a Ross by me, I have a Macy's, you know, I have all these different stores around me. So I'm going to look for a blue dress and see what I can find. And if they're not matching, it's not a big deal. I already got my outfit that I'm gonna wear for the wedding. I don't really like the shirt. It's actually a little big on me, because I could tell that I've lost some weight, because this is like a normal size shirt I'd get for myself, and it's a little big. So I'm like, I actually need to go to a size down. So I wanted to order a couple more shirts, so I have options of like what I want to wear. I'm gonna wear a skirt, and I have not worn a skirt in like years. I'm gonna actually wear a skirt. Shocking. I showed my boyfriend, I'm like, look, I'm wearing a skirt. It does have pockets. That's the one thing I wanted with the skirt, is I wanted fucking pockets, because I carry my phone around all the time. So yeah, I wanted that. That way it's like easy access. I can easily, you know, grab my phone, you know. I'm not a big fan of weddings, so I usually just kind of like, you know, I'll probably be reading, you know, especially during the reception, because I'm not a dancer. I don't dance. You know, I may go and like kind of groove to the music sitting down and stuff, but I am not a dancer. No, I'm not. I am very much a wallflower. I will stand by the wall and watch everyone else participate, and I'm not doing that. So it's just, you'd have to get me drunk in order to get me on the dance floor. I mean, you'd have to literally get me drunk. And I'm going to be a slobbing mess on that dance floor, you know. I will probably want to go to sleep on the dance floor. That's what happens when I have too much to drink. I want to go to sleep. I'm tired. So I have to do that today. I'm going to see how much I can actually do. I think my boyfriend and I will just check one store today and see if we can find anything. If not, I would say, okay, tomorrow we're probably going to head out to another store, see what we could find there. I said the last thing I can think of is searching online and seeing if I can find maybe something on Amazon or, you know, something else, because I looked online and I really was not finding much like blue, you know, specifically blue. So yeah, I have to see what I could find because I don't want to spend a lot of money for a dress, you know, for the dresses and stuff. I would rather find something where I'm like, well, it could be worn like again if they wanted to, you know. So we'll see. We will see what happens. But that's my update right now. I just dropped my daughters off, so I gotta go home and hello. I gotta go home and wash my hair. So that's my update for now. So I will talk to you all later. All right, I am about 50% in, and I was hoping that something was going to happen to shift the book in a whole different way, and it did. I don't want to give out like too many spoilers, but I need to explain like what happened. So, okay, so we have Raina is Liliana's aunt. Raina was married for how many years? In an abusive relationship. She never wanted to get married again. So Liliana is going to be basically married off into the Irish mafia, which is Spider. His real name is Homer Quinn. So it's Quinn, you know, all the other people who are from the Irish mafia, Declan from the book 2. And so, you know, it's basically one of those marriages of, not marriages of convenience, but like, obviously it's a marriage that's going to forge the two families together. And so you got the Italians and the Irish. So, the guy who's like, I guess they're going to choose who's capo or whatever it is. I don't know. I understand all the ins and outs, all that shit. So anyways, Raina is basically like what they call the Black Widow, and I mean, she's a bad bitch, so I mean, I like her. You know, this is the thing I like about true strong female heroines, because there's strong female heroines that they became strong by overcoming, you know, different stuff like conflicts in their life, and it's what has made them strong. To where there's other types of female heroines where it's like they're born strong, and I'm like, to me, it's like they've never had to overcome any kind of conflict. They were born that way, so it makes them automatically special. And to me, it's like, it's not realistic. It's a fantasy, you know? It's like, you know, what Hollywood does with like female characters nowadays, where it's, where they, oh God, how do I speak? There's certain characters that they've made them automatically strong, and I'm like, no, we don't do that. It's just, it's so fake, and it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It's like basically giving us a participation trophy. That's the way I kind of think about it. And I'm like, no, a female character is strong because she's had to fight to get there. She's had to crawl and scrape and show her strength, and not just her strength with her body, you know, physical strength, but mental strength up here. That's what makes women strong. Up here. We are mental. Men are physical. Men, it's a physical thing. Women, it's a mental thing. So, you know, women have strengths that men don't have. Men have strengths that women don't have. This is why we complement each other so well, if it's done right. You know, there is toxicity on both sides of a sex, you know, whether it's a male toxicity or female toxicity, there's still that. So for me, this character here has dealt with, Raina has dealt with a lot of stuff. She was married to a man for 14 years that used to abuse her physically. So she's had to overcome that. She's had to become basically a different person in order to protect herself, you know? And so she's attracted to Spider. You know, as soon as she sees him, she is attracted to him. She can't stand him, but she also is attracted to him. So, it's basically, this here is like this is like a bomb about to detonate at this point, because we're in the 50% mark and shit's gone down, man. So you could clearly see Liliana did not want to get married to Spider. She did not want to get married. She was married, she's in love with this other boy. His name is Juan Pablo. And so she's married to him, or not married, she's involved with him. And you come to find out, the day of the wedding with Liliana and Spider going to get married, Juan Pablo sneaks in. He's a sneaky little shit. Good for him, though. He's a sneaky little shit. He sneaks into the wedding area. And they ended up getting caught by her father. Now, her father clearly does not like Mexicans, you know, doesn't like Hispanics, because he called him a derogatory term that you use for, you know, Hispanic people. It starts with a W, you know. So if anybody's anybody who is more sensitive to that talk, he says, you know, the character says it in here. Was his name Gianni? I think her father was Gianni. He's clearly a putz, and he is someone I would not want as capo, because the guy's a fucking idiot. His sister's stronger than him, and she's had to be that way. She had to be that way. So he, you know, Gianni, her father, catches them, obviously, in the room, and he's about to kill him. He's about to kill Juan Pablo, you know, shoot him, and he calls him a derogatory name, you know. And so Reina basically sacrifices herself and says, no, we need to have a wedding. I'm single, I'm not married, I will marry Quinn, you know, she'll marry Spider. So they go, and, you know, her and Spider get married, and he, you know, he's not hating it. He's not hating it, because Spider's, you know, been attracted to her for, you know, the whole book, basically. And now we're at the 50% mark, where I'm like, it's about to go down. I mean, it's at the point where they got married, he kissed her, you know, they kissed, and she's feeling things that she's never felt before. You know, obviously she didn't love her husband, and especially not after, you know, the stuff that he did to her. So she's, you know, what shows me her strength is this. Even though she's going forward with the marriage, she's protecting her niece. She's protecting her niece by getting married, because her niece doesn't want to get married to this man. She loves the other boy. You know, she loves the Juan Pablo. Yeah, Juan Pablo. And so Reina's like, I will take the hit. I will get married to Spider. We will go and join our families. And even though she's, you know, on the outside you could see she's tough, on the inside she's trembling, she's shaking. She never wanted to get married again, and she's sacrificing herself in order to protect her niece. That's strength. That is strength. That shows the perfect female heroine right there, even though she's terrified. She's terrified to get married again, because she doesn't want to have a marriage like she had before. But she's willing to go forward and sacrifice herself to save her niece, who she kind of thinks of as like a daughter. And that, to me, is strength. That's a great female heroine right there.
Now, we are at the, like I said, the 50% mark, and he's all like, oh, you guys can go to the reception. I'm being with my wife. So we know it's about to go down. And we're going to see what happens because, yeah, this is like an explosion about to happen. It's going to explode for them. It's going to, you know, and when it does, they're definitely going to, you know, like it's going to be like they're meant for each other. It's going to be like that. I know it's going to be like that. Once they go and they do the dirty, they're going to be like, whoa, you know, because that usually happens with the characters, with different characters and stuff. So, yeah, we're at that point. He really wants her. He's been wanting her, like, ever since he saw her. But he thought, you know, I can't have, you know, I don't want to marry this woman and be hurt again. So that's why he was going along with, you know, trying to marry Liliana. But in the end, I think he is in a happier situation. I think they're both in happier situations because, you know, he made a mistake by agreeing to marry Liliana. He even admitted it in his head, like right at the altar, like he made a mistake. He did not want to marry her. You know, I'm sure she's, you know, probably a perfectly good young lady, but you're talking like, you know, he needs a woman who can kind of keep up with him. And Raina, you know, Ray, is definitely that character that can keep up with him. Like, she keeps him on his toes. And that's what I like about a female heroine, where it's like the heroine shows her strengths, and it's like, you know, compared to his strengths. So to me, it's like when you have two characters that are showing their strengths and their weaknesses with each other, it creates this bond, you know, that they have with each other, and you can see the bond that they have, you know. And that's what I like with romances, is that they complement each other. You have to have the characters that complement each other. If they don't complement each other, if one seems like they have more of a power dynamic, like their power dynamic is more than the other one, it doesn't work. It's a very, it's like yin and yang. They have to go together equally. If they don't, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And I've read stories like that where it's like the male had more of the power dynamic and I really didn't care for it, or then I'd read other stories where the female has more of the power dynamic and it makes the hero look weak. And so I'm like, I don't like that. I like when a writer can do it in a way to where it's like they both complement each other. And that's why I said I think of it as yin and yang. You know, it's they both come together and it works, you know. So yeah, right now I'm in the 50% point, and unfortunately I have to go and I have to go out and go look for some dresses, so I can't read anymore right now. So I had to stop and update and all that stuff. And when I'm done with the book, I will update again, because I want to keep doing updates, because it will take forever with this video. So I will update again at the end and say, you know, how I like the book. But I'd say, like, right now I'm at the point, like, if it keeps going the way it's going, I'm probably going to give this like a 4 or 5 star. If it keeps going the way it's going, I'm predicting that I'm going to give it like a 4 or 5 star. It all depends on like how the ending is, because then it's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I will update you all later when I finish the book and tell you how I liked it. So I'll see you then. Hi everyone. So this is going to be the last clip for this vlog. I finished the book finally. There were like a few days I really just didn't read much. I went and read a little bit, and then that was it. And I kind of got busy with other stuff, so it took me a while to finish that book.
So, you know, as typical, you know, they get into this lovey-dovey phase, and then there's some kind of like conflict that happens, and you know, though there wasn't a separation, so I'm glad for that. I hate when couples, like the third act conflict causes a separation. It just gets annoying. So I went and, you know, I'm glad there was no like third act breakup. I just get tired of that after a while. You're like, here we go. Now the couple breaks up. And so for me, I'm like, I'm glad that didn't happen. But I will say, like, toward the last like 20% of the book, I was kind of bored. I really just wanted the book to be over and so for me, I'd probably give it a 4, but that's kind of grudgingly give it a 4. I mean, I enjoyed myself for the most part. I don't know, the last 20%, I just didn't care. It seems like with every book, the author kind of does this thing where, you know, the character shows how strong and capable they are, and then someone else comes along and pretty much is like, oh, you don't know shit. And I'm like, it kind of like undermines the previous characters. It makes them all look like idiots. So, especially like the last book, the dude who was like, they call the ghost, I'm like, how the fuck is he sneaking in these areas? Supposedly, like, you know, Declan and his crew are like all, you know, like very capable beings, and yet this motherfucker goes and slips through like nothing. Give me a break. That is just such bullshit. So I couldn't believe it. It was just too unbelievable. And so with this one here, it's like this other character comes into play and makes all the rest of the dudes in the previous books just look a little stupid. Just absolutely stupid. And I don't know what it is, why this author does it. Maybe because she wants to, like, you know, lead to another book. But it just very, like, it makes the other characters look weak and stupid. And I just, you know, I don't know if I like that. So I'm done with that book finally. I will say, out of the whole series so far, since I've read 4 of the books in the series, I like the best. The second one, I think, is the best one. I got through that quickly. I loved Sloane. I thought she was a great character. And even though I enjoy Raina, I like her as a heroine because she's gone through a lot. There were times that she kind of like, I don't know, she just didn't seem as strong and as capable as she like portrayed herself to be. And so there were times that I kind of was like, you know, like toward the end I was like, but at the beginning and the middle I really enjoyed. It was the ending part that I felt like kind of fell a little flat. And so I'm glad I'm done with that. The next book I am going to read is going to be a historical. I feel like historicals, I want to get into the Maiden Lane series by Elizabeth Hoyt. I'll put the book there. I want to get into that series. That's what I seem to be interested in right now. So I'm going to do that, and that'll probably be my next vlog, is me talking about that book. And that'll be it. But yeah, I just want to finish off this vlog. I don't want it to be too long. Plus also it's getting kind of loud. I'm getting near traffic and all that stuff too. So it makes it a little hard to hear. So that'll be it for this vlog and this video. So everybody take care of themselves, and I will talk to you on the next video. All right, bye.